Hello everyone, welcome back. This is chapter 10 on leadership, being an effective project manager. We've just completed chapter 9 and we're moving forward to 11, 12, 13, 14, and possibly 15 and 16. This slide describes the differences between managing versus leading a project. Managing a project is coping with complexity, formulating plans and objectives, monitoring results, taking corrective actions, serving as peacemakers, solving technical problems, and making trade-offs among time, schedule, cost, and project scope. Leading is coping with change, recognizing the need to change to keep the project on track, initiating change, providing direction and motivation, innovating and adapting, and integrating assigned resources. Managing project stakeholders. So your stakeholders come from a variety of areas within your organization and outside your organization. Project management maxims are that you cannot do it all and get it all done. Hands-on work is not the same as leading. What's important to you isn't likely as important to someone else. And remembering project management is tough, exciting, and rewarding. Try to persevere. This shows a network of stakeholders. So the project manager is in the center. You have the project interacting with top management, other organizations. You have the team, project sponsors, customers, functional managers, team interacting with contractors and the project government agencies, applying their rules and regulations, administrative support, and so on. Influencing as an exchange. These are some rules or ideas about influencing as exchange. The law of reciprocity, helping one person, you get helped in return. Quid pro quo, influencing currencies, commonly traded organizational currencies. Task-related currencies are resources, lending or giving money, budget increases, personnel, assistance, helping with existing projects or undertaking unwanted tasks, cooperating, providing information, position-related currencies within the organization, providing a task or an assignment that could result in promotion. So these are all things that are currencies within an organization. Regarding the task-related currencies, I believe it's very helpful when project managers are acting within a project management office that keeps them working together, discussing their projects, and having them build relationships with each other in order to do these things. Social network building. So just considering from the project team perspective whose cooperation is needed, whose agreement or approval is needed, and whose opposition would keep us from accomplishing what we need to accomplish. The stakeholders' perspective is what differences exist between the team and those on whom the team will depend. How do stakeholders view the project? Status of relationships, and what sources of influence does the team have relative to the stakeholders? So this is an example of a financial software installation project. The project itself and the dependencies are the software vendor, shipping, top management, inventory, billing and receipts, the IT director, purchasing, and the IT manager. Some ideas about managing projects. Management by wandering around, or some people say walking around, to allow the project manager to spend time face-to-face and with interactions with employees to try to build cooperative relationships. Effective project managers will initiate contact with key players, work to anticipate potential problems, provide motivation and encouragement, reinforce the objectives and vision of the project, and finally intervene to resolve conflicts and prevent stalemates. So managing upward relationships. So having top management support is very essential to project success, because these are the people who give you the money for the project. They need to be responsive when you have unexpected needs, and they need to always paint a picture for the organization, the importance of cooperation, so that you won't have difficulties with resources, conflicts in that area. Motivating the project team. So influencing your top management in favor of your team, doing such thing as rescinding demands that are unreasonable, providing additional resources, and recognizing the accomplishment of your team members. The project sponsor is showing here the upper management reins on the project. Your project sponsor provides protection for your project and your project team. Leading by example, standards of performance, problem solving, priorities, cooperation, sense of urgency, and ethics. These are all characteristics of a project manager, of a successful project manager. On this slide, we discuss ethics. So understanding, or when encountering situations where you are in ethical dilemmas, understanding how to respond and following the appropriate codes of conduct within an organization. This slide just shows some contradictions of project management. For example, seeing the big picture, the overview of the project, but also getting your hands dirty. So I might have mentioned where, as you're working truly as a project management, you don't really get to the details because other people are trained. Your resources are the people who are actually doing the work to get their hands dirty. But often the project manager does have to step in with some area of expertise to get his or her hands dirty. Being hands-off versus hands-on is also related. Being flexible but also firm. So in my class, which I consider to be a project, I try to be flexible. At the same time, I'm very rigid when it comes to requirements. Traits of an effective project manager. These are some out of just general traits. Being a systems thinker, understanding or thinking about how things work together, having personal integrity, being proactive, someone who's not waiting for things to happen but stepping ahead, trying to work ahead, having a high emotional intelligence or EQ, have a general business perspective or understanding. An MBA degree is very helpful in that respect. Being very effective with time management, being a skillful politician. Yes, you have to work through the politics of an organization as a project manager. And also being an optimist. When things are going wrong, trying to see the rainbow or the purple cloud in what's happening, and putting forth that face in front of your project team. Some suggestions are building relationships before you need them. So getting to know people, going to different events, different meetings to get your face seen. Understanding that trust is sustained through frequent face-to-face contact. Is very easy to forget people after a number of weeks or months. And also realizing what goes around comes around. So keeping that in mind, working with people within and outside your team. For your team project, we will discuss your personal leadership style and ideas for influencing and building networks within an organization. Thank you for your attention.